the news has come out that the Pix currency will be expiring about, less than a week from today, which is May 3rd, 2019. And some of you guys are very, very interested in what your plan should be. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of break it down for you. Pretty much, this was the first year that EA introduced currency. So I want to go back to that point because there are a lot of new viewers that are coming in. Shout out to you guys that are subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate it. You guys can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, all at GmiasWorld. But for both my veterans and the newcomers alike, we all are trying to get used to what these new currencies are actively doing to the market because obviously this is going to be part of Madden 20. So this has all been an experiment, especially like I told you guys before, the chemistries, the red chems, all these new things that they've enhanced has been kind of an experiment. That's why in most cases, some of us received like refundable training because they admitted, that some of the things didn't work the way it was supposed to work. So this has all been an experiment. Now, when you look at what's left as far as promos, I know for a fact that they're probably going to do at least one more promo. I don't know about golden tickets. A lot of you guys have been asking about that. I have no information on that. I don't know what they're doing. I thought that the gold 99s were going to take away from that because that's pretty much why all of us strive to do it, but you never know with EA Sports. So the first thing that we're gonna look at right now is this, right? What EA Sports has been doing, they've been adding lower level draft players, draft picks into the actual pool, and they added this in for you guys to get 91 and 94s. They've been giving you guys different ways to use your pick currency in order to get new cards. Most of us are probably looking for a DK Metcalf, something like that. Some of the players maybe, hanging around in other rounds you guys might want. But that's one of the notable guys that I've been hearing you guys talk about that hasn't yet been released. Now, when you look at all of the prices of these cards, it doesn't make sense for us to really gamble with it. But the thing that I want you guys to understand is once it converts to training on May 9th, the values of all of the cards universally are going to be the same until they put out another currency, if they're going to go through that much work to use another currency, because I think that most of their resources are probably focused on Madden 20, which is kind of bad for the game because you want to kind of get a full year into the game, and I think that they've been, kind of lackluster with giving us that. Especially this year. I know last year was a little bit better as far as promos go. We knew that some things were coming. We were ready for it, and it was a little bit easier. But now with the way that it's going, they haven't given us anything in a while. Like, these new cards are like, what is this? It's, it's garbage, to say the least. Like, a lot of these cards, like, nobody's really using them. I posted them on Twitter. You guys laughed at me when I asked you guys are going to be using them. You guys just outright laughed at me. So, with that being the case, I'm like, all right, whatever. I won't post it anymore. Like, if it's that much of a joke, I don't want to amuse you guys about it. I'm going to just stay away from it. So that's pretty much what they've been putting out. There's been no other new things that we're like, wow, let's go after that. So now, when you take a look at some of these other cards, right, and you try to figure out, all right, what am I going to do? Should I use any of my cards to start to gamble on some of these other cards that are available right now? Should I start to, look at these cards like this Devin White that just sold, who was very, very fast, high zone, stuff like that? Should I try to gamble and see what I can get before it actually turns into training points? That is, like I said, it's a very, very difficult game that you're playing because this guy right here is probably the most sought after or the most useful card right now currently with the draft. And he's only at 335. So unless you were lucky enough to gain stuff and, pull certain cards earlier on to where you have cards you can gamble with, it probably doesn't make much sense to go along these lines to gamble inside the store. So what I'm thinking is this, right? Because I already know what's coming, I already know that EA Sports is going to do whatever they're going to want to do. And, pretty much after that situation, after everything is all said and done, what's going to happen is once it converts to training, there's not many other cards that I'm going to need a lot of training for. Maybe we may go after Shockey because some of you guys have been talking about Shockey. Yo, bro, this dude is that deal. He's raw, all that stuff like that. And also, before we leave that screen, some of you guys, very, very few of you, you recommended Antonio Gates. Now, I don't know why you would do that because I don't think they gave him really good numbers, but I didn't look at his card. So let's go take a look at his card now and see what's going on with it. Just to make sure, because I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Antonio Gates used to be a problem, Madden 10, 11, those, but I don't know if they gave him like glitchy stats right now. So let's look at the, okay, so he's at 88 speed. That's pretty luxurious for him because he was kind of, like currently, like, with his older days, allegedly was on steroids, stuff like that. He got caught. He got kind of slow. his spin move is an 88. With this right, let me just explain something. Now I see why it was recommended. And shout out to all of you guys that recommended it. The only issue I'm going to have with him is his speed. But I can see where you guys are going with it because he meets the threshold. So you're like, all right, he's good. Deep route run, 88, so he won't get the deep route chemistry. If he was able to get that, I would say, yeah, I would go, go all in on it. But because he's not getting that, I don't know about all that. Like, I ain't signed up for this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to go that route. And, try to put him in there because he's slower than both Kittle and Grunt. So he's not really useful to me. The reason that I like the Vernon Davis idea was because he's fast and he has a spin move. So that was something that I was asking you guys about in previous videos, and you guys gave your feedback like, yo, Gmi, these are the tight ends. And I appreciate all the feedback you guys gave because now I get to look at it and evaluate it. But again, okay, we just took a look at all that stuff that was going on. I just wanted to touch on that as far as where the tight end is concerned. Now, look, we're going to go into the draft section of what's happening right now. And this is what I suggest. It's not going to hurt you to just hold on to the cards. What does that mean? All right, like you see like these cards, right? These draft cards, right now, you can look at them and you see how low they are in picks. Obviously, I don't think the actual ratio is going to be 1-to-1. I think we're probably going to be getting less training. I don't know. Because EA, whenever you think you know what's going on, EA just comes around and just backdoors you. So I don't really know exactly what's going on with it. But what I will tell you is this. These guys are like 1,000 coins, whatever like that. So if you still have your draft picks, all right, he's at 35. That's fine. I don't know if we'll be able to sell him for much more than maybe like 2,900. For these cards right here, as far as pick currency goes, for me, I think it might be easier for me to just, quick sell them for whatever, or sell Baker Mayfield and then sell everything for 1,000 coins. I'm just calling that out right now because some of you guys have a lot of these pick currencies, like these draft picks in there, and we already saw everything as far as the draft goes, and you have no other options inside the sets. So with those cards, should you hold on to them? Do you think that EA will do something with them? I don't think so. Is there a chance that they might do something? Yeah. But they haven't been giving us anything anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I would just simply sell them for whatever the value is, get rid of them. I wouldn't just quick sell them and do picks or anything like that, because like I told you, if you guys want Kyler Murray, he's 335K. You guys got to be, it's May. You got to, even if you just got the game. And that's why I appreciate the different variety of people that come to the channel, because I got guys that just got the game 3 months ago that, they watch some of the videos, they understand the whole gist. And they're multi-millionaires with Mutt coins already. They played their solos, they used their packs and everything. Then you got the other guys, yo, I'm dead broke. How you dead broke in May? They've pretty much given away free cards over the last couple months. So there's no real reason for you to be dead broke. So as far as those cards go, that's what I would probably do. So I'm going to show you right now what the whole gist is, like I just told you. With him, Baker Mayfield, maybe you get 2,900 for him, right? So because I had a couple number one picks, all right, cool. We go like that, bam, it is what it is, 3,050, whatever it goes to. We go to the next one, whatever these are, because like I said, I could have got rid of them for a little bit more. It is what it is. I highly doubt, but I could be wrong, that people are actually putting together 94 of these cards for Kyler Murray. So I don't see any other reason to utilize them unless, hear me out, if you guys wanted to use them for elite tokens, that is the only other reason. You see what I'm saying? But because we don't have anything for tokens, at this point, some of you guys are getting restless. Yo, I want to do something now. I don't want to wait. Yo, bro. You see, you guys are going wild on me. And I'm like, all right, I got to give you guys something to do, because other than going in the weekend league and playing a guy with no eyes that's going to moss you every snap, there's really nothing else left to do with the game. So we can only prepare for the only thing that I'm really worried about, which are completing this year. All of us, if you guys are riding with me, we're going to put together everything, every way possible to do all 10 rookie premieres. You guys have sold me on it. We're not just going to pick some. We're going to do all 10. And then that should be the end point. So that's what our goal is going to be ultimately. We're going to do all 10. And then everything else that happens after that, we don't care about. We'll do the loyalty stuff, and we'll make sure we get those things transferred for Madden 20. But that's when they start releasing that stuff. Other than that, we're doing all 10 rookie premieres. So put that on your list. That's what we're going to be doing. So these right here, we're going to leave them for now. These cards over here, more than likely, they're going to be used in elite token sets later on. Now, you might say, all right, what are you going to be doing with elite token sets? What would make it worth holding on to these cards and not just selling them now? Let me explain that. These cards are relatively cheap right now because it's actively draft time. Once they release anything that has to do with elite tokens, these values are obviously going to go up because they go into the elite token set, and you're going to need 1 to 2 of these each time. Everybody will know that, and then they will also start to go wild. So that's what I really wanted to touch on with it. The reason we could get rid of this guy is because people are, you know, they may actively do it. If he doesn't sell, it doesn't matter. We're going to still be able to utilize him later for elite tokens. Cards like this, right? Let me explain what's going on with him. You see like how he's 35,000 picks? Regardless of what happens, this is the ultimate thing, right? We can take the coins right now. We can just take the coins because we know, like I just said, we already know that there's not much more that's coming. It's over in like another, 6 days, right? So we can just go ahead and get rid of them and just take the 160 and see what happens. But if for any reason they do give us a better upgrade other than 1-to-1, or whatever, or even if it is 1-to-1, we're going to be with a lot of training. So we won't have issues with anything going on. But I want to point out to you, his price is not going to be like way less than 161 because even with the training, he's still going to have value. They're not going to adjust the prices of it because it's going to still be that value of whatever the training is. And it has to still be at least 1-to-1. If it's less like the other ones for the Super Bowl currencies, that's going to be stupid because it costs us a lot to be able to utilize these picks. But again, EA is going to do whatever they're going to do. All right. And I know a lot of you guys probably like, yo, I'm not going to lose all this training. I want to get rid of it now. But like I said, I just have a feeling that you're probably not going to lose with it. But it's just a feeling. Again, for me right now, because I know it's over, this is what I would recommend, right? I'm gonna probably take the coins because I don't want to gamble anymore with the picks anyway, because everything is useless that's there and it'll just be a joke. So I'm probably going to end up taking the coins off this guy. Plus, he's not the best tight end for usage because there's other tight ends that have the deep route run. They have other attributes to them. So he's not really a card that I think a lot of people are going to be going after. But again, because we don't know how they're going to do the ratio, I guess getting rid of him for like 155 would probably work for people that are still trying to gamble. So I'm going to show you guys whatever. This is what I'm doing right now because it doesn't really matter. Whichever way it goes, we're going to still make out anyway, so it doesn't matter, right? Now, for those of you guys that have been asking, yo, Gmi, what about Cam Newton? Why haven't you sold him? What's going on with him? That's very good questions, bro. Cam Newton is garbage. I don't know if I told you guys that before. Did I tell you guys that or no? Yeah, he's kind of garbage. I should have sold him. Yes, you see what's happening with these cards? Yesterday he was like 220, and now he's down to 167. Everybody's realizing what's going on with it. The market is completely garbage. This guy should be down to like 70-something. The thing about it is this, though. You, at this point, may be in need of training, so most of you guys may hold on, just hold on to the card. If that's not if you don't have issues with training, then it doesn't really matter. You can just let them sit in your binder. Because look, even when I downgrade Cam, right? When I downgrade Cam Newton, it won't really matter. His value is going to be his value. You see what I'm saying? Like, it won't really matter about anything else. But just to show you that I'm completely sold on Kyler, we could go ahead and downgrade him right now. Oh, no, I ain't going to do that. I ain't going to do that because, something might change. You know what I'm saying, bro? I might end up like, yo, I'm going to ride with... Yo, I got 2 quarterbacks, bro. But this guy doesn't play at all. He will get rage sold instantaneously, though, so don't really worry about him. So, again, with everything else that's going on with the game, you just have to make sure that you're in the best position possible. So these are your best options is what I'm giving you now. I would hold on to all those other 80s or whatever like that, because when it comes down to, like, say they put out a new promo next week right after it's done, right? Say there's a new promo, and that promo, because of all the complaints that I've seen on social media, leads them to give you something to do with elite tokens. What are you going to have to do now? You're going to either sell them or you're going to use them. If you have to sell them, you're going to make more coins than it's going for now. If you have to buy them, you're going to lose. So you can look and see right now, you're going to need to be doing this because more than likely that's what they're going to do. They are going to give you guys ways to get rid of all these things in your binder. That's why I'm trying to tell you guys there really isn't a rush to do much. Like I said, the Aqib Talib, I could have probably sold him for a little bit more, blah, blah, blah. It is what it is. He's still going to be a 97 or whatever he is with the training, and I still have that value. So I'm not really losing anything, especially with the way the market is. It's going to be up and down. What we all know, though, is when it's time for me to get rid of everything for the rookie premieres and all that stuff, we're going to be all set. We're not going to have much issue with that because everything is going to be going for a certain amount. So we're going to definitely make like 4 or 5 mil, regardless of what everybody's selling everything for. So ultimately, our end game is going to be to make sure that we get all 10 rookie premieres. So again, You sell what you want to sell right now, unless you want to hold off for training because you're still upgrading stuff, and you just wait it out. Because like I said, if I end up going Shockey for my tight end, I'm going to need training points anyway. So there's no real reason for me to go crazy at this point right now. So hopefully you guys understand exactly what's going on. If you are in a situation where you do want to gamble in the store, God bless you. I don't think it's worth it with anything that's going on in there. Like, more than likely you're going to be getting straight garbage. It's not really anything that's really like highly sought after. I would just wait out until next week for the next promo. If you can stomach it, do some weekend league. Other than that, I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love.